Hey guys, I'm going to do a little video on the new AEDs that we have for the BLS trucks. Um, it's going to be a state requirement, if it's not already, to have these AEDs on the BLS trucks. So, I know the basics of how to use the AED is taught in your CPR class, and everyone at Shoreline either is or is going to be CPR certified, hopefully. But I think it's important to know everything you can about the equipment that's on your truck. So we're going to go over the new AEDs, what all the buttons are, everything there is to know about it. You should know by the end of this video, and hopefully it helps. Alright, so I'll start off by giving you some information on the AED, meaning Automated External Defibrillator. This is a Heartstart defibrillator made by Philips, which is a really good brand. It's a biphasic, as most AEDs are, and it shocks at 150 joules, like most AEDs. They don't make this model anymore. They stopped making it because they make a newer model now. However, this is probably one of the best ones that they've made. That's the FR2 Plus, in case you want to look it up. But I've already looked it up for you. The only thing I need to show you about as far as the case goes is the status indicator. It can be seen from outside the case, which is important when it comes to checking off your trucks in the morning. This will be added to your checkoff sheets, and you won't have to open the AED or anything. All you have to do is make sure that that status indicator is flashing, and the AED is good to go. But we'll talk more about that later, and we'll go over the maintenance and stuff a little bit later in the video as well. So we're going to go over some of these components on the AED real quick. Not all of these components are on our AED. This is the FR2 Plus model, but there are two submodels, the 60A and the 61A. We have the 61A on our trucks, which doesn't have the text screen and the EKG capability. So when you use this AED on a patient, you hit the on button, the screen's not going to light up like it is in this picture. But that doesn't mean there's something wrong with the AED. It's simply not supposed to light up because we don't have that model. But we'll go ahead and go through some of these components. Alright, so some of these are pretty self-explanatory. This is the on-off button. When you use the AED, all you have to do is push the on button, and it'll walk you through the rest with voice prompts. It'll tell you to plug in the pads connector and place the pads on the patient's bare chest. If the patient's hairy or wet or anything like that, it'll let you know that. It'll tell you to push down firmly once it has a good connection. It'll tell you it's analyzing the rhythm, not to touch the patient. Once it analyzes the rhythm, it'll tell you shock advised, and then you clear the patient while you continue CPR while it's charging. Once it's charged, clear the patient and push the shock button. Shock delivered, resume CPR. That is, if the shock didn't bring the patient back. Don't resume CPR on a conscious patient. I only say that because I've heard that it's happened. But everything else you should remember from your CPR. So we're going to try to go through these. I'm not going to talk about every component because some of them are pretty self-explanatory. But I'll stop at some of them and talk about them a little bit. So this is the battery. It's found at the top of the AED. The batteries that we have are not chargeable. However, the battery is supposed to last over 5 years if you don't use the AED, so it shouldn't be an issue. Also, you take out the battery and put it back in order to bring up the display. It'll do a self-test, and then the display will come up, and the display will tell you like system information, like how many times you've hit the shock button on that AED and things like that. this is the status indicator. Just make sure that it's a flashing hourglass, and that means that the AED is good to go. If it's anything other than that, like an X, then the AED needs to be serviced, and we'll go over that at the end of this video. These are the configuration buttons used to navigate the display when it comes up. The display is more system or summary information. For example, this screen will tell you how many times the AED's been used, how many times shocks have been delivered using this AED. Our AEDs are refurbished, so this one has sent out 3 shocks so far. The test is how many times the user test has been performed, but all of this is more Dwayne's area, because he's in charge of servicing the equipment. So you don't really have to go in here, and you don't have to know this, but I thought I'd share it with you guys anyway. Data cards. Our AEDs don't have data cards, but they're basically used to store information from your call onto that card, and then that can be given to the hospital. But like I said, we don't have them, so we don't really have to worry about that. Shock buttons, pretty self-explanatory. Speakers on the bottom of the AED. Pad placement icon. The pads connector socket is in the upper left corner. Pads, we carry adult pads. Each AED should have 1 set of adult pads, and make sure they're not open, make sure they're not expired. All of that would be covered in your monthly checkoff sheets. Speaking of checkoff sheets, this was taken from the website from the people that make this AED. So your daily checkoff, the biggest thing is just the status indicator. Make sure that it's flashing hourglass. If it's anything else, then you need to take it off the truck and take it to Dwayne so he can service it and see what's going on with it. Your monthly checkoffs will be like check your supplies, check for damage, expiration dates, make sure everything is there, all that good stuff. That's it, guys. If you need AED training, just let me know, and I could go over that with you. It's better to do that in person, hands-on with the actual AED trainer, because you can't really do anything with these. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you have any questions about the video or these AEDs or CPR or anything like that, then let me know. So thank you for watching.